Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I am Coffee Man or Elijah, and it is safe to say that it has been somewhat of a rough road for Season 1 in Call of Duty Vanguard. There was very little hype around the content that did drop, and it also seems that the content that did come out wasn't very fulfilling to the player base. Season 1 also brought along a ton more issues into the game in general, and after much complaining from the Call of Duty community, all has been quiet from the developers for some time now. Today, however, that all changes with some information about the release of the mid-season update happening this week for Call of Duty Vanguard, and a huge patch coming out today as well. We are about to have a major overhaul for Call of Duty Vanguard in both multiplayer and zombies, and I am here to give you all the detailed patch notes and information about the new content coming into the game, so let's go ahead and get straight into it. Now we're going to start out with the multiplayer side of things for this video, and a much needed change that is coming has to do with the spawns. With this being one of my biggest problems with Vanguard multiplayer, I am extremely happy to see them specifically say that the spawn logic is being tuned to improve the gameplay of large player counts on the smaller maps. Hopefully this means no more spawning in fire and no more spawning in the lines of size of enemies and stuff like that. Along with that, they are also adjusting and improving the spawn specifically for domination on the map Dome. I have noticed playing that map that the spawns are a little wonky, so I'm thankful for that, and they are also drastically improving the spawn logic in the new control game mode. Next, we have some weapon and equipment bug fixes. To start off, you can now kill attack dogs to count toward the street camo challenges for the Panzerfaust. Dogs counted for all the other launchers since the release of the game, but the Panzerfaust has been bugged this whole time, so I am happy to finally be able to complete those challenges easier. 2 camo challenges were also fixed for the STG, and those 2 challenges are for the Bloodthirsties and the multi-kills. They are now tracking properly. An issue was also fixed with one of the main multiplayer challenges. So there's a challenge in multiplayer that requires you to kill an enemy while they have a spy plane active, and that has not been tracking since the launch of the game, and that now has been addressed and fixed. However, there was another challenge in multiplayer that I am concerned about because it wasn't tracking as well, and that challenge requires you to kill enemies using the radar perk, and I did not see that addressed anywhere in the patch notes, but hopefully the team at Sledgehammer is aware of it and puts out a fix for it soon. They've also made it to where camos on your weapons are going to show up in the match intro sequence, so that's a nice little touch to show off your customization. But now we can move on to specific patch notes for the individual weapons, perks, and streaks. We're going to start out with the weapon balancing, and we're going to start off with the M1 Garand, and for the M1 Garand, they reduced the recoil. For the Type 99, they reduced aim flinch, reduced the ADS time, and they made the one-shot kill potential a little better for chest shots when a smaller caliber ammo is used for the Type 99. For the 3-line rifle, they reduced the ADS time. For the Car 98K, they did the same thing as the Type 99, where if you're using a smaller caliber, you were able to more easily get one-shot kills while aiming for the chest. And for the hollow point ammo attachment, they removed all damage range penalties. Moving on down to the equipment, we're going to start off with the stun grenade, and for the stun grenade, they have finally reduced damage in hardcore game modes, and they reduced how long players are affected by stun grenades. Another equipment that was tweaked is thankfully the incendiary grenade. I think this should be deleted from the game in general, but if they're going to keep it in the game, they have thankfully reduced the damage. We all know that was a huge problem, especially on the small maps in hardcore, but it has finally been patched. Moving on down to kill streaks, we're going to have the mortar barrage. So for the mortar barrage, they reduced the duration of the mortar strike, they reduced the number of mortars in the mortar strike, and they address an issue where the mortar barrage deployment was very inconsistent. I definitely had some issues with this where I was unable to throw down the beacon for the mortar barrage, but it looks like they finally addressed and fixed that issue. Moving on down to the perks, we have high alert. So for high alert, they added a slight delay before the perk activates after being seen by an enemy. For the perk Dauntless, it gives you immunity to fire and burning effects, including incendiary rounds, the Flam Knot, and just lingering fire on the ground from the thermite or the Molotovs. For the fortified perk, they reduced fire damage taken by 30%, and it reduces excessive damage from all explosives. Along with all those good weapon balancing patches, we also have some much needed user interface updates. So the seasonal challenge menu is now showing up in the challenges tab, so you don't have to click through the season 1 tab, which you had to do before to see all your seasonal challenges. The objective progression bar that used to hinder your vision in games such as in domination and stuff has finally been fixed. I'm thankful for this because I have died a lot in domination due to not being able to see my opponent while attacking an objective. They have also fixed the post-game level up animation that was acting really weird for players once they hit Prestige 3. And finally, the store menu navigation has been improved and made very much smoother. And that pretty much does it for all the multiplayer information, but now we can move on down to the zombies information, where we have some very much needed and unexpected changes and updates. We're going to start off with the biggest piece of info that has dropped that I'm sure all of you heard by now, and that is that they are finally adding playing some survival zombies into Vanguard, where you're going to be able to progress through the rounds on the classic Shinonuma map. So now in zombies, there's this new thing called the Void and Duran Fog, and from the way it sounds, you will access the Void in Stalingrad in Von List's office, and from there you will teleport to Shinonuma for round-based zombies gameplay. So like I said, it sounds like you're still going to be starting out in the map Duran Fong, but you will go to unlock a new area where you will have the choice to either play objectives in Duran Fong or go on to play the survival by entering into the Void. Whenever you join the Void, after 3 rounds, you will have the choice to either stay in the Void and survive or flee and go back to Stalingrad or Duran Fong. You're going to earn 5,000 points every 3 rounds completed, and after completing 12 rounds, your perks will never drop below tier 2 if you go down. There will also be a pack-a-punch machine in the Void. However, if you return to Stalingrad, you can go back into the Void at any point of time. So I'm not sure if the rounds in the Void are going to be the same as the rounds in Duran Fong. I'm a little confused and fuzzy on that, but we will be seeing some gameplay soon. As for gameplay updates, all of the artifacts can now be upgraded similar to the upgrades we saw in Cold War Zombies for the abilities. You're going to be able to upgrade them from tier 1 to tier 4, with each upgrade granting a more powerful artifact ability. They've also finally added pack-a-punch camos, one for each pack-a-punch upgrade, and pre-packed loot will display a pack-a-punch camo after being picked up from the Stromkragers or from the mystery box. And to finish off the Vanguard updates for this video, the combat shield has also been added into the mystery box, and it can be used to partially protect damage from your back, and it cannot be broken also, so that might be a good piece of equipment to use in zombies now. But anyway, there you have it. We are finally getting some much needed changes for both multiplayer and zombies. I'm thankful that they are adding the option to play a small version of round-based zombies, but I still do not think this is going to be enough to keep players engaged in zombies for the long haul. Because this map has been remastered for the 3rd time now, and it's not even a standalone option, you still have to go through Duran Fong to play it. And also, speaking of that, I forgot to mention that they still have not fixed the pause button issue in zombies, so you're still not able to pause your games in solo. But anyway, hopefully this is a very good start, and we'll get the ball rolling for more future updates in zombies in the near future, and hopefully they just are able to overhaul the mode completely, because we all know that it is not perfect right now. But anyway, tell me in the comments below if you are happy or disappointed with these changes. Overall, I'm very happy with the changes and that they're actually finally fixing stuff in the game. I know there's no excuse, the game should have launched polished in general, but that's really a whole other argument I don't really want to get into, because they did put out a game even though the game doesn't feel complete, but thankfully they are putting out updates to make it better. So tell me in the comments below, like I said, if you're happy or disappointed. Go follow me on Twitter, link is in the description. I hope you all have a very blessed day, and I will see you guys in the next one.